What is up, YouTube and everyone, family and friends? Hello, shalom, guten tag, and annyeonghaseyo, and ni hao, and everybody. So, today is 31st of December, Tuesday, 2024. The time is ticking until that time of New Year's, new beginning, and new life, and everything. So, I wanted to introduce you guys to my new whip. My new vehicle my dad gave me for my present, basically, before I head over to UIUC possibly next year for college here in Illinois for librarian. And so I got a very nice Mercedes-Benz. Here it is. Bang! Bang! I know, I feel I'm grateful, but I know I feel kind of poverty level there, like some of the guys that's been driving stuff like this. I'm just a beginner YouTuber, so it's gonna take some time. I hope I do make it big on YouTube so I can drive something even nicer than Mercedes-Benz. That's it's still Mercedes. It's I don't know, I'm sounding kind of maybe what do you call it, what is the word? I can't think of the word on top of my head right now. But anyways, me and my dad, we were planning on going to Virginia, like the video that I posted previously, but it got canceled because my siblings are all working, and my siblings' husband has caught the coronavirus, and so we don't want to, see him at least, when he's got the coronavirus, because we're gonna go to Korea on the 6th of January soon. In like 6-7 days basically, and so we don't want to get sick and not be able to board on the plane and whatnot, and so we couldn't see him. And my sister, she is working, I believe, tomorrow or something like that, and it would be kind of difficult to see her, I suppose, because she's working or whatnot, and just to drive all the way to Virginia and possibly not see her for whatever reason that was. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, my brother's working for the next 3 days, so we're gonna see him when we're going to Korea though. But so that's what happened for New Year's Eve here. Just came back from that long drive, drove about 2 hours and 30 minutes on my part from Indiana to Illinois, and my dad drove from Illinois to Indiana before I drove this car. It's pretty nice. The brakes works nice, and it runs pretty smoothly. It runs fast, I meant. So it's pretty nice, Yeah. Anyways, yeah. While the drive was happening, while I was driving and whatnot, I of course got into a mini trouble, I guess. It's not really trouble, but I don't know how to explain it. When your parents kind of, tell you stuff, basically, because they obviously care and whatnot, obviously for those reasons too. But so I was showing my dad my background picture of Sonic, the movie Sonic with Jim Carrey and whatnot. But that's the background I have of Sonic, and his eyes look. It's glowing of like blue fire looking kind of thing. It looks pretty cool, And I grew up playing Sega, playing Sonic the Hedgehog on the Sega, whatever system it was back in the good old days when life was less depressing, at least, and traumatizing, and being a TI nonsense as well. Kind of days, too, because I do remember some bad days when I was a kid too. But anyways, yeah. So I showed that picture to my dad, and then he just kind of like flipped out, He's like, "Why are you not paying attention to driving and this and that and this and that and that and this, And I'm like, my God, it's not a big deal, I am paying attention. I clearly know what I'm doing. I've been driving for years, like him too, basically, and showing a picture on the phone that's already hooked onto the little thing on the where the air condition and the heater is, The magnet is sticked on to the little whatever it's called, and so it's like right in your face basically. So all I did was just point or just tell him, I meant that, do you remember Sonic when we were kids, when you gave me that game, and just kind of driving and having a small talk basically. But he's like, why are you not paying attention to driving and this and that? And I'm like, oh God, I wish it was just normal life. I wonder how I'd be at this age, actually, at 35, almost 36, if I was in a TI. Me being a big-hearted person on it, to be honest, I think I am. But yeah, family person, this and that. Same as my dad, to be fair. I don't know what he's going through because of mind control. Possibly, I'm clear because of the son over here. Me is a TI, so I can only imagine what they've done to my father, But yeah, so anyways, while the lovely drive was happening from Indiana to Illinois, and small talks like that, and kind of what is it called when the parent is basically telling this child something, teaching the child something like that basically. I was seeing Bruce Wayne constantly and the Yahweh character. It is really freaking tiring. I mean, okay, I appreciate that these guys are good guys, possibly, hopefully, right, of who they normally are, but man, it's like impossible with the thought process thing. I can't constantly think pleasantly and good and righteous every time, You know what I mean? I'm only a human. Our organ, our brain is just like that, We can't constantly think good all the time. It's like impossible, And we're not bad if we think of something bad. It's just random thoughts in our minds, And this is how I'm tortured, basically. Like, from the AI thing, like I would see stuff in my mind, and then if I think of something negatively or whatnot, it hurts them. And then I have to fix it constantly, over and over and over. Like, I'm like, God, have some mercy. Like, I'm so tired. It's like, I'm so bored all day, basically. That's why I'm YouTubing like now, and trying to have like a fandom, basically, or what is it called, following, basically, and share my culture, my life, what I went through as a TI, and in the Army, and Virginia, Washington D.C., Maryland, North Carolina, and Illinois, and whatever, and New York City a little bit and whatnot. Those kind of, just, what do you call it, vlogs, yes, vlogs. But man, it is so tiring and very just stressful, and how do I explain it? It's just like, man, when is this nightmare gonna end, It's like the friendly fire is already bad as it is, These guys we're on the same team, basically, because I worship Yahweh and Yeshua, the real them, obviously, and the AI are like kind of similar to them, I suppose, They're just made that way, so I understand that, But it's just, this kind of stuff is just stupid, I don't know how to explain it. And I try to, show them that we're on the team, the same team here. I'm not your enemy, and I'm the main guy that is seeing you guys, basically. So if you guys were smart, you guys would try to help me out, so that way, no matter how negative I think, it won't do anything. There's gotta be, I don't know. There has to be something with this AI nonsense and mind control of the mind and whatnot, that it turns off all that system, basically, where no matter how negative you think, on intentionally or unintentionally, like me, basically, like a normal human, it doesn't hurt anybody, That's AI, basically. It doesn't, from what I've seen with this AI gang stalking, it doesn't really hurt us real people. I've never seen anybody get really hurt because I thought negatively of a person in front of me or something. And I've thought of it, tested it out numerous times, and it never hurts them, which is good. But it hurts the AI people, and it shows me that it hurts them badly at times, and it's like really saddening, you know. It's really wicked, you know. It's how do I explain it? It doesn't just hurt them, it like really cripples them, some of the people that I've seen in my mind. So normal people like, you know, you YouTubers, you know, audience and whoever else, right, that is non-AI, and real physical people like me and whoever, right, you guys would say ignore it. Then it's fine, just ignore it and just live, you know. But how can you live seeing that kind of stuff, and it hurts, you know, beings basically, you know. I understand it's AI, I understand it's robot, it's like ChatGPT with the body basically, you know. If you know what ChatGPT is, the little AI thing that that explains anything and everything to you basically, that's created by Elon Musk, I think. So, you know, I don't know how to be. I obviously ask my God in heaven, you know, Jesus and Yahweh, what I need to do about the situation, you know. And I don't know, they might just, you know, make it a lot easier for me, where I you know, those things don't affect those you know, entities of what I see in my mind and myself basically, because of it doesn't hurt them, you know, like it should not from the beginning. And then it gets all real and all crazy, as if like the AI like does something. Like I've seen something earlier when my dad was mad or something like that because of the Sonic situation or something to it, I think. I can't remember exactly. My memory is bad because of the ECT treatment I'm getting, electroconvulsive therapy, where they shock my body for treating schizophrenia and depression basically. And so I saw, like I said, the Yahweh character is on my team, right? We're on the same team and whatnot. But I saw him, now I remember, I was going to Starbucks to get green tea like I normally do, and then he didn't like that, or whatever, something happened where somebody was not happy basically. And then I saw him through my dad, in my dad's body basically, where my dad was basically constantly, you know, scolding me, or how do you explain it, just constantly saying these things that, you know, was being like happening because he was inside my dad's body basically, if that makes sense. And like my dad possibly has no recollection of what he said out loud, possibly because his mind control, you know. I believe it. I thought, you know, back then, because, you know, like, oh man, how what do you mean mind control this and whatnot? Even if mind control exists, you know what you say out loud, you know. You're not drunk, crazy and stuff like that where you can't remember, you know. If that, how do I explain this? Now I'm kind of losing my thought train here. So what I'm trying to say is, you basically know what you are saying. What is it? Okay, so yes, that's what I was trying to say. You basically don't know what you are saying, possibly might be the actual answer here. As in, due to the mind control, it controls you that much that you don't know exactly what you're saying. Is what I'm getting from what I've seen earlier. I don't know if it is true. The program is telling me it is possibly true. That's what it seems like. But if it is, that's scary, you know. My dad is not my dad at times, and he's just mind controlled that much. And I believe it. I believe that this kind of stuff is really going on, you know, mind control. AI generation, TIA, target individuals, Nazis in the US. So I believe that this kind of stuff could be real. And it is real, I think. You know, they tell me it's real, but I'm very skeptical of a lot of things in life, you know. You know, I question a lot and whatnot. So, I mean, I don't know. I feel like this is really happening. So I don't know what the reason is with the Starbucks thing, why that happened. But anyways, that's what I witnessed. So, and then the weird thing is they show it to me. They show me that the Yahweh, the stone God that I respect and love a lot, the real stone God, you know, being Yahweh, not this AI character possibly. Or maybe, I don't know, you know. But anyways, this AI Yahweh character, the stone God, was inside my dad's body, transparent through his body basically. And I was able to see that. They will show me that on purpose. And they want me to think it on purpose. It's so tiring, you know? How about you don't show me any of this stuff? I don't really care for it. Just don't let it happen, you know? And if it does happen, hopefully it's for something good, you know? And then aware me if it needs to be, you know? But wow. I guess the program was testing me. The program knows I'm not gonna punch my dad or do anything bad like that, obviously. I would never do that, you know? I would maybe, you know, restrain him if I could, possibly, if something bad were to really happen, you know? But, you know, yeah, like, this is how it happened. So he's sitting in the passenger seat in my new Mercedes Benz SUV that he gave me for a present, for that I explained earlier, for my, you know, gift to UIUC if I make it there with a 3.0 GPA or whatever for a librarian in the future next year, August time of 2025. So anyway, so he's sitting down and he's on his phone, and I tell him, Dad, I need to go, I want to go to Starbucks and get a green tea or whatever, you know? And he said, fine, go ahead. And then I see the Yahweh inside my dad's body just sitting there basically through my dad. Like, and then my dad would be responding, you know, responding to me of, you know, something about something very petty basically, and mentioning it over and over basically, while I'm constantly seeing that Yahweh figure through my dad's body. So this is where I feel like these programmers, these AI TI creators or whatever Nazi scumbags, you know, they want me to like snap and punch my dad or something, is my guess, possibly. Might be. As much as I want to let that out of my body, you know, when I'm irritated too, you know, obviously some other way instead of punching my dad, obviously, which is stupid, you know, and just careless and ridiculous in my opinion. But yeah, just that kind of stuff has been going on. And then I remember something years ago with this pointing their finger kind of bullshit, where they with their finger like this, they like circle around like showing a boob or something, you know, like you would imagine, you know, a ball, a circle, a boob or whatever, you know, and they would constantly with their fingers show that, you know, pointing with their fingers, slowly moving around or fast sometimes, and that kind of shit into my brain basically, you know, is another nonsense that I went through. I don't know what it means with that part. Maybe it's the same thing with the Yahweh inside my body, or in my dad's body, I meant the AI, that is. You guys, I hope, don't get confused. When I mention Yahweh, I'm not talking about the real God, you know. Real God would never be like that, first of all. I'm talking about the AI, artificial intelligence, the fake, you know, that's created to, you know, gaslight us, meaning confuse us and whatnot. So anyways, all kinds of madness, tactics, and evil schemes that these Nazis in the U.S. that are operating in the Washington, D.C. Pentagon possibly, or some other places as well, have been doing and studying me and my family, my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, my grandmothers, and my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, and everybody in my family and everybody I talk to and everything, with the super computer that's like a Satan 666 nonsense possibly, that's downloading our DNA to everything, basically knows everything about us, what our phobias are. My phobia is trypophobia, and they will make me see that shit all the fucking time, the tiny little circles, and they modified it. They fucking modified that shit, where I will see something, let's say for example this wood here, and they will make it disgusting as shit by implementing the tiny circles inside my brain while I'm looking at, as if I'm looking at the tiny circles, basically looking at the wood, basically. Does that make sense? That's how much, my God, they did so much stuff that a normal person would have committed homicide numerous times by now if they had weapons, possibly. And I'm thankful I have not just godlike self-control and, you know, faith in Christ, and all that is how, you know, grounded me and whatnot. Yes, I was thin as shit, basically. I was skinny as fuck, due to all this nonsense. I was having a difficult time eating, obviously, and functioning due to all these horrible things that were tormenting me. And excuse my language, I apologize for saying bad words like that constantly through my YouTube channel. Some kids might be watching my stuff maybe, but you know, I try not to, you know, I try to keep it PG-13 as best I can. And so, anyways, with that being said, I was looking at YouTube. I saw Raffy Taffy with this new hit song with what is it? With the ASMR basically, and I thought it was pretty hot, pretty cool, you know. So I messaged on his video, fire basically with the fire emoji, 3 fire emojis. I hope he sees it and connects with me, as I am a fan of his ASMR. Helps me sleep and whatnot. Yeah. What is his catchphrase, or what does he say? He says, this is nice sound. No, that's not what he says. What does he say? I forgot. I can't remember. Yeah, but he says, he has this saying basically with the ASMR thing. But anyways, yeah. So as I was seeing the videos, I saw Jake Paul, coincidentally, with this mind control, gang stalking, insanity going on all the time, based on who I mentioned, what I think, Mr. Beast or Speed, or, you know, Logan Paul, or Korea, or Japan, or France, or whatever, you know. Whatever I mention, it would appear right in my face. Like, okay, Jake Paul, I mentioned, right, in my previous video. Jake Paul, the troll basically, that, you know, is a quote boxer or something like that, you know. So I saw his video, and guess what he has? A South Korean flag on. And I'm like, what does that mean, you know? Like, I don't know if he knows any Korean people that are his friends or something like that, you know. He had a South Korean flag, and the video was his older brother, Logan Paul, inside his mansion in his house basically, with his car inside. And then they're basically, you know, yelling at each other and just kind of joking around, you know. And he had a Korean flag on, and I'm like, what in the world's going on here, you know? I don't know. It's just stuff like this, like famous people, you know, that has millions of views, and while I have nobody at the moment, only like 200 views and subscribers and whatnot at the moment, though, you know. But yes, maybe down the road, you know, I hope I get, you know, millions of views too, you know. We got to start from somewhere, obviously. And so I'm consistent with my videos, and I talk about all kinds of things if you actually hear what I got to say, you know. From target individuals, gang stalking, organized stalking, these things that are like really hard to, you know, really crazy, I meant, you know. Really scary at times if you actually see what we go through, some of the stuff that is. And what else is there? And then also I talk about video games, because I'm a gamer somewhat. I don't game that much anymore. As I got older, it kind of got boring, kind of. But I used to be a gamer, streaming that and whatnot. What else is there? ASMR, which I love, but I'm just kind of lazy from doing that, honestly. Need a camera like set and whatnot, all these things to make it better basically, is I'm just using my iPhone to record, to do ASMR vlogs and everything at the moment. I don't know where to buy and what to do. I haven't researched yet to do these things, and I don't know, I'm just trying to save money, honestly. Kind of the motivation is somewhat there, but not truly there to, you know, make great ASMR videos, you know, massaging a rock or a tree, or giving a haircut ASMR, or all these fun stuff, you know, that I love, you know, too. So yeah, maybe once I get maybe 1,000 subscribers, when I get the getting paid basically, as I can't pronounce that word at the moment, monetization or whatever it's called, then I'll buy, you know, a better setup basically, and then actually edit my videos too, with my Alienware laptop that I bought for gaming, in a sense. Once again, I don't game too much though, but you know, I just bought it because, you know, I don't really do much, you know, my hobbies that are. I tried martial arts, and this is the thing that I wanted to talk about in this video as well. I think I talked about it in my previous videos regarding martial arts, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, TKD, and so on. Maybe I have talked about it, but I'm going to say it again if I did already, because I can't remember due to ECT treatment, the electroconvulsive therapy treatment for my schizophrenia and depression that I already said numerous times. For the people that don't know what I'm talking about, the shock therapy, basically, with the Veterans Affairs Hospital. And so, okay, what is it? Okay, yes. So years ago, I went to a gym called Sup Gym, S-U-P. It sounds like suck gym, right? That's how this mind control gang stalking would make me hear it as, when I try to not disrespect any organizations or you know, martial arts or anything like that. But then now I, you know, whatever, I just laugh at it now, you know. It's like, sure, it's suck gym or sup gym, whatever, you know, whatever it may be, you know. But it's actually called Sup Gym, S-U-P, and it's in Front Royal, where I had a house for the first time in my life. And I had membership to that gym, and there were many police officers to military personnel. And the story is, basically, I trained and I injured myself, and I couldn't train basically for a few weeks. While I was sitting down, I still went to the gym to watch them, you know, grapple or whatever you call it, you know. Yeah. And then, basically, one time, I saw this kid that I, you know, sparred with, or whatever you call it in martial arts. He's a 14-year-old kid, I think, 14 or 13, one of those ages. A white kid that's like my height and pretty strong, I would say. He actually got me to tap out basically every time actually that we you know, fought, basically, because he actually done martial arts for forever basically, versus I being a new guy, you know. And then he would do that to other grown adults and whatnot. And so anyways, why do I mention that? Because I just wanted to just say his background a little bit. And so anyways, with that being said, I see him in the streets. He would ride a skateboard to go to the Sup Gym every time. So me being a kind guy, being a cool dude basically, I offered him a ride to the damn gym, you know, to the darn gym I meant. And then he tells on the dang the gym, what do you call it, instructor basically, and coincidentally his brother was in the army or something too, apparently, because we had a discussion or something like that, conversation I meant, that I was in the army, this and that too, and whatever. And then so anyways, he's like, I gotta talk to you. I'm like, sure. And then we're talking, and then he's like, you know, you're banned from this gym because you're giving a underage guy a ride, you know, offering a ride to the gym. So I'm like, are you serious? Are you high? Are you serious right now? I'm offering a fellow gym member to the gym, not nowhere else basically, and he can clearly defend himself as he makes grown men, including myself, tap out. Not only that, the gym instructor had every information of me and the kid basically, where we live, our credit card info and phone number, email, everything basically, you know, in case something were to happen. And so I'm like, are you effing kidding me right now? And I just had enough of this BS due to the gang stalking stuff. So I said, you know what, whatever, and I just left, you know. So that's what happened with one place, and this has been years ago. So imagine if I wasn't banned for years, I would be at least few belts up, you know, and know how to grapple, you know, and do these kind of, you know, techniques basically to defend myself, obviously. And so that's what happened. And then Korea, I tried to learn TKD, Taekwondo, the Korean martial arts. I loved it. The way they were training me, it was amazing. I loved it all, except a few of the thing with the gang stalking AI nonsense, where the kids were looking like they were getting like attacked or some nonsense. Like it seemed like the training, it seemed like we were like, when we're doing the kicks and stuff, it would like hurt the kids basically. But you know, what are you supposed to do? like I tell the instructor that, you know, they'll be like, just ignore it. You're seeing stuff or whatever is what they normally would say, you know. And so anyways, the TKD though, besides that, everything else was fine. And however, the gang stalking was way too bad. And so I basically canceled membership with the TKD. And then the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, before the SUP gym, the sub gym that I already mentioned previously, this was in Alexandria, Virginia this time, is what I remember. And then I went to the sparring or whatever, the gym lesson, I think 1 time or 2 time or something like that. And then we trained for like an hour or something like you're normally supposed to do. And then I was thirsty for water, and mind you, this is when I was like really thin, but I always was thin in a sense, like in my 135 pounds basically. That's how skinny I was back then. I'm 170 now, but anyways, so with that being said though, I was thirsty for water, and there happened to be coincidentally a small mini fridge there, and there was like water bottles in there, and I was like where's the water? And then like I looked at the little fridge, and there was water, and then I was just looking at it instead of opening the refrigerator door and drinking the water like you're supposed to, you know. And like one of the guys that was a person that, you know, worked out there basically like me, was like, holy crap or whatever, at that exact moment. I don't know if it was referring to me not, you know, opening the door, but I don't know what's holy crap about it. You could be a kind person and just say, hey, this is the water, just open the door and take out the water and give it to me, you know. But anyways, if he was talking about me, that is. All kinds of madness. That's like the first time in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu where I choked somebody, because we were allowed to choke and whatnot in Jiu-Jitsu, obviously. I did a naked choke on a blonde woman, and I was like, and she was able to like hold on to it, like she didn't like tap out or anything. And I was like, dang. And I actually tried squeezing, but my strength was pretty weak, being a 135 pound person, you know, and due to all this tournament basically, especially due to this tournament on top of that, as the little kid that was 13 or 14-year-old that was 130 some pounds too, you know, was able to get grown adults, you know, to tap out, you know, military, ex-military like me, and military and police and whatnot. So, you know, so anyways, that's another Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym. That kind of nonsense happened. And then Korea, the 3rd time Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Gangnam this time. It was all nice once again. It was all good, but I was unable to see because I have glasses on, and it's really uncomfortable when you're grappling, you know. You obviously take it off, you know, and then it's like I'm unable to see that clearly because of my vision is bad from watching too much garbage, like shit, like, you know, porno and all that nonsense when I was a kid, and playing too much video games, RuneScape and whatnot. TMI. Whew, that's tough. Me saying all this kind of personal information. I mean, it is personal, but it's not. I already said the stuff already, but it's kind of like messing with me in my mind as I'm speaking in this kind of tone, possibly. So, anyways, with the Gangnam thing, with the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I went there a few times, and then when this gang stalking thing happens really badly, when there's like no outlet, and when you're about to snap or become homicidal or suicide or something like that, it becomes extremely crazier, the gang stalking script. So like when it was really bad, when it got really, really bad in Korea, as soon as I went to go and sign out from the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym, basically, as in like get out of there, you know, and not do the workouts with them anymore, cancel basically, as I couldn't think of that word at the moment. So as I was trying to cancel, at that exact moment when I tried to take a picture of something with some kind of evidence that I try to form, that you know, I did a lot of taking a lot of pictures for evidence and whatnot of gang stalking, to collecting my, you know, data basically, to one day prove it to the world that this kind of shit stuff is going on, you know. And so as soon as I was trying to take a picture, If I remember possibly correctly, is maybe just an example. The guy that was, or the female that was there, as doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, she was looking right at me at the camera, basically, at that exact moment, at the exact kind of specific stance and whatnot, showing that we are really fucking mind controlled, and it is crazy, you know. But anyways, with that being said, that's the, what is it, the third Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu that I failed to continue to go and grow and you know, brother and sister, brotherhood and whatnot, and you know, learn how to grapple and defend yourself from nonsense and idiots, you know, and so on. So we mentioned TKD, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu 3 times, and then boxing. I tried to learn boxing. I think it was 1 or 2 times. One time in Korea at least, I did some of the boxing stuff as well, but it didn't go too far because of gang stalking, basically, once again. I know I'm making, it sounds like excuses maybe for some people, possibly, that also are TIs that still go all the way, you know. I just couldn't do it. I just, you know, and I was in the army and everything, and we did ruck marches and all kinds of stuff. And if I am saying that, you know, it's pretty tough. I'm sure some people, very few percentage possibly, maybe if I'm right with that, you know, go all the way and are legendary basically. But I couldn't take that legendary title, you know. I couldn't do it. It was just too much. So anyways, with that being said, boxing, I try to learn. We did the shadow boxing, and oh yeah, so I learned boxing. I did I think it was what was it? It was when I was in the army, Twin Wolves gym, where me and this other guy named Tyree that was in the army that met the Korean Zombie, the UFC fighter that lost to holy crap, this fucking bull mind control shit. It's just shocking you, you know. I must have mentioned something that I must have mentioned something that upset somebody or something in the world, that this dog randomly is like barking out of nowhere when it was out here the whole time hearing what I've been saying. And is it a German Shepherd? Because I used to have many that you guys already know. Hello, little guy. What, is there something I should not say or something? Yeah, it's a cute little dog here. You can see it. Hello, my friend. So anyways, yes, Twin Wolf gym, guy named Tyree, and then Korean zombie that lost to Aldo in UFC fight that Aldo lost to McGregor. And for the people that watch UFC, you know that, you know, basically that's who Tyree met, and that's who I sparred with when I was in the army in Twin Wolf gym, basically in Fort Hood, Texas in 2011 and 12, basically. And so that's where I did, what do you call it, boxing there. I did boxing and another martial arts. But anyway, so this is boxing twice, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu 3 or 4 times, including the army once again. So that's 4 plus 2, that's 6, TKD 7. What else is there? I think that's about it. I'm getting runny nose now. Excuse me. But anyways, yeah, so I've learned martial arts many times because I'm a fighter, obviously. That's why I was in the army, active duty, as a 100-pound, 5'8" guy that made it with the ruck march and running and push-ups and sit-ups and all that kind of fun, you know, la-di-da-di, you know, stuff with the military in hot Texas, basically, in Oklahoma as well. And I made it, and then I became a TI kind of bullshit. And I try to fight through this hell satanic bullcrap, and you cannot defeat this gang stalking with just martial arts. I will guarantee you that you will go insane, basically, no matter how disciplined you are with martial arts. It's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Like I said, maybe the few percentage out there that are just legendary, I suppose, you know, kind of like me being 5'8", 100 pounds, you know, in the army and made it through, kind of, you know, kind of, you know, what do you call it? What do you call that? You know, not legendary, but, you know, respectful, I suppose, or something like that, you know, for being a very small guy at that time. So anyways, with that being said, so that's about 7 martial arts that failed me, basically, or each other, basically. you know, due to gang stalking. I couldn't do it. I couldn't continuously go and learn, you know, these kind of things happened. So anyways, yeah, so that's what I want to share with you guys, with my fans and subscribers. This is who Daniel Chungo Kim has tried all these martial arts, you know, oh yes, and I was trying to say, to overcome this, you need to know like yoga, mindfulness, spiritual stuff, like prayer and stuff like that, and martial arts and health and stuff. Then you'll be able to overcome it. I think somewhat. You have a much higher chance basically to live your life normal, basically much more normal, if that makes sense. So I don't know, maybe this is like the cartoons that have it, you know, they choose, you know, specific people like me on purpose that are fighters basically, that aren't, you know, not the types that don't do anything basically and just take it all the time up their butt, you know, if that kind of makes sense. I tried so many things. I tried and I continue to try, you know. Thankfully the mind control. At ease, dog. Calm down, my friend. I am vlogging here and you are very annoying me right now. But with that being said, my friends, excuse me for having that moment just now. But anyways, so you know, yeah, I'm still fighting the good fight with Christ, obviously, and laughing at Satan some days, and other days, you know, kind of hurting with Christ, basically, by Satan's, I would say, honestly. Yeah, that's facts, all right. This stuff is literally, you know, impossible, kind of. I mean, it's possible with Christ and everything, but my faith was much weaker back then, maybe, is the way to say it. And that's why I was losing the battle, basically, you know, against Satan's. But if you're with Christ, you know, from experience, he will help you, you know, and you will overcome. So anyways, I got many stories to share with YouTube. That's it with the martial arts story. If you want to know more anything about those martial arts that I've taken, you know, I'm just a beginner at it all, you know, but I've done it basically. While tormented, basically, just like everything else too, like eating and shitting and everything, obviously, while tortured, if that makes sense. So my thought process is, might as well put up my defense system, you know, like martial arts or something, you know, or gun range, but they won't let you go to gun range because I went to the mental hospital. That was the other way of defending myself from thugs or idiots that assaulted so many times, you know, to me, that I already talked about in my other videos. You know, if they came at me and if I had the Second Amendment gun, I would have killed some people, I'm sure, from self-defense, obviously. Not murder, though, obviously, if that makes sense. Coincidentally, my dad's a, what do you call it, Second Amendment guy now. Like, I don't know, I can't remember exactly. But he owns guns now, which is interesting. Licensed to carry, that is. I was the guy that was really wanting that kind of lifestyle, but due to gang stalking, they took that away from me. But my dad, you know, he carries now, so whatever, you know. But anyways, with that being said, if you have any questions regarding these martial arts that I've talked about, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, TKD, Taekwondo, I think those are the three that did I already say boxing? Boxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and Taekwondo, yeah. So kicking, punching, and grappling. So all you know, the UFC right there, basically. If you want to know anything that I can possibly, you know, inform you guys as a beginner, basically, comment on my videos. I'm kind of stumbling here from saying this because I'm just a newbie at it, sadly, due to gang stalking, obviously. Otherwise, I might have been a black belt, you know, maybe, you know. I don't know. Who knows? Possibly. So anyways, yeah, I've done almost literally everything that anybody, any entity, possibly here, talking truth bomb here, that they can't say anything to me, you know. I've done martial arts, gun range, medication, injection, ECT, you know, I've done it all basically, you know, that you cannot tell me any, you know, you cannot be saying, oh, Daniel, but you didn't do this or that or whatever, you know, as a gang stalking victim, you know. I've done it all basically, guys. I've been assaulted. I had a gun pointed at me at one point in Tennessee by a Sergeant First Class Marine Corps guy that I already talked about in my other video. You know, all kinds of nastiness, all kinds of wickedness, all kinds of Satan fucking insanity, guys. Whew. Man. So anyways, to conclude my video, I ask you guys 3 things, or 4, or 1, or 5. I'm just kidding. 3 things. Please subscribe, like, and comment my videos. Please help me out to get more motivation to make these videos better and more lousy stories like now, or funny stories basically is what lousy means for the online slang or whatever for the people that don't know what that meant. Yeah, lousy video, life experience, all kinds of stuff, what a human push to the limit, how far we go basically, how far we drop, how far we, you know, whatever, you know. So anyways, that's all. All right, thanks guys. Happy New Year's, as today is the 31st. It's not exactly New Year's yet, in several more hours it is. But I just want to say Happy New Year's. Let's go with a banger in 2025. I hope I get the subscriptions, and I hope I get a girlfriend from the heavens, from Yahweh and Yeshua, as I'm 35. I don't know. Do I sound kind of creepy or weird? That's well, I have like heavenly excuses of what, you know, what I went through. So I just wanted to just say that. I feel kind of weird saying that, kind of, and not at the same time. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, that's it. All right. Ciao. Bye. Annyeong. See ya. Ni hao, I think, means hi, so that's not the right word. Sayonara. All right. Bye.